What is going on, people of YouTube? My name's Kurtyoy. Welcome back to a brand new video on this channel. I do apologise first and foremost. My PCs are having major issues, as I talk about almost every time. Hopefully they've fixed and settled down now. I've worked my arse off on it, and hopefully it starts to settle down. There are a few issues. One with rendering, which hopefully reinstalling the program I use has helped that, and it seems to have with a test sort of video. The recording, I can't use my camera software anymore, so I had to go through Studio, which is a bit down because it takes longer to load and everything, but that's fine. So we are here, we are ready to go for a mental video worth type thing on a Sunday. Basically, here are some mid-range strikers that I believe could be in your team. There's not many, so I do apologise for the fact that some of them I'm not going to speak too highly of, but I've done my best. Starting off in fifth, we've got Big Willie Zaha. He plays from Crystal Palace, £7 million. First of two wingers, so you can kind of guess who the other one is, who technically shouldn't be here, but played for a striker a long time last season. Well, he's owned by over 30% of people this season, so high hopes for him. But 29 appearances last season, 9 goals, 7 assists, 10 clean sheets, but they won't matter anymore, and also 8 bonus points. A bit of an average season for him, played up front though, which is what many people think is a chance to grab in on some money. And I do think Zaha will be a good player to have, but you've got to look at it and say, will he sort of continue playing striker if they sign a striker, or if Benteke gets back fit and scoring, will he continue to play up there? I'm not so sure, so that's why he's down in fifth as one of the lower options. Then we've got Cenk Tosun from Everton, who played 14 games last season, scoring 5 goals, grabbing a massive total of 0 assists, 4 clean sheets and 9 bonus points, so alright there, got more than Zaha in 29 games, that's a positive for him. He's owned by just over 10%, he's £7 million, Everton striker. They have signed Richarlison, they have got, I do think he's a winger though, and he is a midfielder on the game. I do think Tosun should keep his spot up front. If he gets firing, he's a good striker and a handful for defenders to mark and defend against. But I do think he is quite the risk, because it could be rotation. Marco Silva, new manager, so you don't know who he's going to like or dislike. So Tosun, if he plays, could be good. If he doesn't, obviously, isn't going to be too good. First up in what I consider to be some of the better picks is Morata. Now, Morata had a on-off season, but in 31 games last season, he is owned by 2.8%, by the way. It's not too good, but in 31 games last season, scored 11 goals, 6 assists, 11 clean sheets, which obviously it won't matter to him, but it's good to see that clean sheets are happening under him when he's up front, and 13 bonus points, so a bit of an average season considering how much he was bought for. He's a Chelsea number 9 target man sort of striker. You need him to be scoring, and obviously he wasn't. I do apologise for the rain, by the way, if you can hear it. So big thing for him is that will he improve this season? Will he get some starting time this season? Will Giroud overtake him this season? I think he's got to be number one, mix and match with Giroud, but I think Morata, if he gets kicking, can be a really, really good proposition. Our penultimate player is Marko Arnautovic, the second of our wingers, moved to striker last season. But now there is talks they're going to be signing a striker, so this could hold off. But even if he's in the wings, if he still gets attacking points and moving forward, getting those assists and goals, could still be worth it. But he's owned by just over 25% of people, £7 million attacker from West Ham, 31 games just like Morata last season, 11 goals and 7 assists, but low amount of clean sheets on 7 and 1 less bonus point on 12. Arnautovic, if he turns up for every game, like he does for his best games, could have a phenomenal season. But knowing what we all know about Arnautovic is that he is phenomenal for one and atrocious for another. So that's one thing you have to take into line. But he's £7 million. There's not too many mid-range strikers that you can get. It's usually, this year it's definitely cheap and expensive strikers that you're looking at. But Marko Arnautovic looks a good prospect. If he does play well, that is something you have to drill into yourselves. Finally, we've got Jamie Vardy, who, ironically, I believe he's having a party. Jamie Vardy's had a good last season, 20 goals, 2 assists, 8 clean sheets and 28 bonus points from 37 appearances, owned by just under 10% of people, which surprises me. £9 million is steep for a player that's outside the top 6. That's where you've got to consider, but he scored 20 goals last season for a pretty much a sort of the average sort of Leicester side that's sort of mid-table, let's say, average mid-table side. £9 million is expensive for a mid-table striker, but we have to look at the fact he scored 20 goals. He can improve on that. He's had a better season than that when Leicester won the league. So, yes, Riyad Mahrez is gone. Potentially, though, that could mean more focus on him. He's at least going to score 15 this season. I know that for a fact. So Vardy is definitely one to consider. That happens to be that for this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below which out of the 5 do you think is going to be best. Have I missed anyone out? Because only a few, like Giroud and Rashford. So do you reckon any of them could got in here instead of players? Probably Giroud instead of Morata, or Rashford instead of Morata. But hey ho, it's done now. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you a couple hours from now for the next video. Peace.